Hello everyone and welcome to game. I believe this is 8 now in this series, a long series of King of the Hill, seeing who can stay on top. No one's really been able to stay on for 3 games, but Zoyo Pros looking to perhaps do that now. I believe this is his 3rd game that I'm casting, and if he can do this, I'm not quite sure what it means. Each of these games pretty much has been played individually. Really enjoying the games though. Very different styles. You don't come to the game completely new, as you do know what one player's general strategies are. The red Protoss player down over here, currently on a winning streak. We'll see what he's going to do in this particular matchup. Terran versus Protoss, as an SCV now setting up a front door supply depot. Now this is going to be on Crossfire. Only 2 spawning locations, one on the top right, one on the bottom left, with quite a bit of walking distance in between these 2 bases. So there are a lot of choke points, one wide choke point here, then followed by a narrow one, and like any balanced map, it is a little bit mirrored, so there is then another narrow choke point and then a wider choke point. If you take the road less traveled and take the farther walkway, there are also Zelnaga towers here and here, which reveal a good portion of the mini-map, and pretty much let you know if a ground army is going to be coming in anytime soon. Now, barracks is being built on the front door. It looks like the Terran player pretty much doing a very tried and true strategy. Refinery and barracks refinery build. Should be getting up another supply depot here to finish off the wall in. Meanwhile, Zoyo Pros opting to go for the gateway assimilator build, which Protoss players go 90% of the time. Cybernetics core should be coming in right as this gateway is completed, and then quickly sending 3 probes onto gas. So where is the Cybernetics core? Don't make me a liar. There you go, right there, as I mentioned earlier. And now we'll see what that all-important 3rd building is, as Zoyo Pros opting to tech. So this additional gas here, really showing that he's going to go very heavy into some sort of tech build. The only exception to the rule would be if he tries to go for extra sentries and then try to sentry expand. We are getting 1 refinery up in play for the blue Terran player. Looking back inside the base, we also have a factory coming in as well. So pretty much Marines and a factory. If we get a second gas, it most likely will mean either a Banshee or siege tanks. I can't really imagine siege tanks being used against Protoss as of late, as they have recently fallen out of favor with most Terran players in a Terran versus Protoss matchup. Refinery is about halfway done. We'll see whether or not it will be going into Banshees in just a moment. The timing on it should be exactly right almost, as we are now going into a reactor. Alright, so a reactor opening, and there is going to be a bunker as well, as we now see Zoyo Pros opting to go for a proxy Stargate. This may be a problem unless the Terran player goes for a starport and then builds a reactor, or swaps the reactor for the Vikings. Vikings very effective against Void Rays. Superior range and faster movement allows them to kite Void Rays all day long, as we are now going into a tech lab. Triple Marines in a bunker here. We are going for 6 SCVs on 2 refineries, as the Stargate should be completed in just a moment. Now, a little curious as to why there isn't a proxy pylon down over here. It would be able to warp in units right along there, as we now see the factory and the starport going to be doing a little bit of a add-on swap here. And perhaps it is going to be a Raven, or is it going to be... Nope, it is going to be Banshees. So Banshees now coming in, and Marines are going to be used solely to try to fight back this Void Ray. Void Ray still chrono boosting as well. This is going to be a very common strategy. It causes a lot of problems if a Terran player doesn't scout it out. And yeah, that is going to definitely be an issue, as 1 Void Ray is currently being trained. 1 is already up, if you couldn't see it. I was slightly blind, couldn't catch that Void Ray, but you can see that the Void Ray is there, and an SCV does spot it. So this is going to be huge. A Viking now being trained. It looks like the Banshee was canceled, perhaps. Yes, the Banshee was canceled. The Tech Lab should no longer research Cloak, I don't think. Save those 200 resources, as a Siege Tank now being added. SCVs on the front door. Marines still being trained here. Why are you still researching Cloak, Terran? Terran doesn't need the Cloak, as we now see 2 Void Rays together. A 3rd Void Ray will be added, as the Void Rays could easily charge up off of these rocks here and then engage fully charged, dealing a lot of damage. Three Void Rays, the 3rd Void Ray now joining into the skies. There is currently 1 Viking, and that is it. Only 1 Viking, as a Banshee now finally being added. The Viking now trying to push its way in. Will it catch any units is the key question. It has to be very careful. It doesn't want to get too close to a Void Ray, as the Void Ray can engage it and take it down as well. There are currently a whole bunch of SCVs on this front door. 1 SCV now making its rounds down. Gonna catch a lot of Zealots and Void Rays all together. And here we go. Here's the battle. Viking now engaging. SCVs, force fields now coming in. And looks like this 1 Void Ray will, or 1 bunker will get taken out. There it goes. But the Vikings continuing to battle it back. 1 Vikings may perhaps be enough to push this all back here, as the SCVs are now repairing each other. SCVs now repairing the bunker. Is it going to be enough? 2 Void Rays go down, and that may be it. So, what? All right, so it looks like Zoya Protoss left the game right as those 2 Void Rays went down, and yeah. There's the GG. That came as a bit of a surprise to me. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Perhaps some bad management, bad flying. 1 Viking was enough to just patrol back over here. 2 bunkers, SCVs auto-repairing, or not even auto-repairing, just repairing, and a Siege Tank in siege mode, corralling all of the units there. The Siege Tank only with 2 kills. I really think the majority of the damage came in from the Siege Tanks and the Vikings, but the Marines getting the final shots off in order to win that battle. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed Game 8, a rather quick and dirty short game here on Crossfire.